One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Why you looking so hard? You worried about the wrong play, man. Go look in the mirror. Dusty. You on my page before you brush your teeth. You stuck in my ground while I'm in the streets. You worrying about my bag, worrying about my wins. You ain't worrying about your pockets looking paper thin. Look at you, man, musty, can't be trusted. Hating on my shine cause your whole life busted. You could be doing so much if you looked at you, but you rather look at me. That's the bone in you. You complaining about the work that I got in the vault, but you ain't willing to undo it. That's your own damn fault. I'm not sorry, I don't care, I don't feel no pity. You a clown in the suburbs, I'm the man of the city. You looking through my window with a greedy eye, instead of in the mirror asking who am I? You a hater, you a watch, you a non-starter. While I'm climbing up the charts, yeah, I'm going harder. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worry about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. You're dusty. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. I don't feel you, I don't see you, I don't hear you. You just a gnat in my ear, I just brush you off. You just mad cause I'm the boss and you looking soft. You ain't willing to do the work that I've done. I was up at 4 a.m., you was having fun. I was 72 hours fasting, getting my mind right. You was on the timeline, starting up a new fight, but the fight ain't with me. Man, the fight is with yourself. You could have the same damn drive, you could have the wealth, but you rather be a critic, you rather be a troll. While I'm knocking down goals at the Super Bowl, I don't feel no pity, I don't feel remorse that you chose to stay with you while I'm a damn horse. This a race and you ain't even at the starting line. Too busy drawing pictures of my finish line. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worried about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. Let's get it. My focus is on gold, my focus is on winning. My focus is on the next chapter, just beginning. I'm too busy, man, my calendar is packed. I'm too busy building up, I'm too busy building stack. I'm coaching up the team, I'm on the max, I'm on the string. I'm building in the world, I'm living out the dream. And you are not a factor, you are not a threat. You were just a bad investment, you were bad bet. I'm not sorry for you, I'm not sorry for the facts that I'm out here running up the score to the max. I don't see you, you are invisible to me, cause I'm everything you're jealous of, scared to be. Real talk, if you took a little time and focus on your own success instead of on my damn downfall, you wouldn't be so dusty. Ha. Maybe you should try it if you wanna win, but you won't. Get a life, man. Stop watching mine. Go get some money.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How is it going on this amazing Thursday evening? I am Techo Trouf. We are engineered to win. Yeah, I know. You're right, Junior. Like, I can't do this. I don't like the glare. But I was trying to say, all right, Junior. I was trying to see if I could look a little bit smarter, but I don't think so. I think I am as smart as can be, and there is nothing that can make me look smarter. So glasses are off. How is everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Hopefully everyone is doing absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'm Tico Trough. We are engineered to win without the glasses. Anyways, we have a great show lined up for us today. I am going to get to the bottom of this Elgato marketplace because I want my money. I want my money. And I don't have to beg anybody to give me some money saying, hey, leave me a super thanks if you're watching this on the replay and all that other jazz. Like, no, we actually earn our money. Like we actually work. We work. That's what we do. That's what we do. My friends and I, we work. We are always investigating, strategizing. We don't, you're invisible to me. You are invisible to me. It is about our work, our effort, our might, our glory. That's what we're here for. That is what we are here for. All right. So we're going to be working on this Elgato thing, trying to get our money up. We are going to be reviewing some stories. This young lady from Atlanta, she left. She said that she believes the Middle East, yes, the Middle East is safer than ATL. And you know what? I might be inclined to agree with her. We're going to be reviewing Doordash. Yes, they have their own delivery robots as well. They said they're getting y'all up and out of there, slow walking the deliveries, doing stuff to people's food. Nope. They do not need you anymore.
Do not come.
And lastly, Anthropic, they have just released a new model, and that is causing the stock market to go crazy. So that is our game plan for tonight. That's what we're going to be getting into. But before we do any of that, we are going to take care of a little bit of housekeeping. So first and foremost, shout out to every single person who subscribed to the channel, helping us grow, helping us get this message across the world. I truly appreciate all of I appreciate you allowing me to add value into your lives. Sometimes we don't have value to add to every person's life because guess what? They're just not capable. Hold up. What's the word? What's the word? Junior, what's the word? They just don't have the capacity. And I'm not talking about time. I'm not talking about time. They don't have the capacity to do the type of work that we do. To have that dedication, that focus, that purpose. They don't got it. So those who want to win, they're going to win. And those who don't, they're going to complain. It is what it is. It is what it is. So to every single subscriber to the channel, those who are on the road, on the path, on the journey of winning, shout out to you. I appreciate you guys. And to my tech barbarians, the Patreon members, we are rolling. We are winning. We are doing so much work. And guess what? I almost forgot. We do have a vibe code and chill this weekend in the Patreon. I got to go ahead and schedule that. I'm going to schedule that as soon as the show is over. We have a vibe code and chill Saturday, 2 p.m. We're going to be hanging out on the Google Meet. I'm going to be streaming it to Patreon with the plugin that I made with my Google Chrome extension. And we're going to have a great time talking about whatever softwares that we're building, strategizing, all that good stuff. That's going to be this coming Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time at techcoachdrive.dev. I am looking forward to seeing you there. But shout out to all of my tech barbarians. I had a coaching call last night. It was absolutely amazing. But those are for the winners. And last but certainly not least, shout out to all the YouTube channel members who allow this message, this tech message, to get across the entire world. I was coaching somebody in France at one point. we had like a 6-hour difference. I have people in the UK that I'm working with. I get comments in Russian and in Taiwanese, if that's a language, right? All over the world. One of my first tips was from someone in Taiwan when I first got started. So we work here, and the YouTube members, the tech mercenaries, they make all of that possible. So with all that said, I just want to let every last one of you know that I appreciate you. That we, yes, we. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but we are the best.
We the best.
And we are going to continue to go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
All right, check the chat real quick, and then I'm going to get into an icebreaker for tonight. All right. So I got my guy Junior in the building. Says, what's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's good, Junior? How are you doing today? All right, I take it back. I know you are doing wonderful, but I have to ask to be courteous. All right. Junior says, let the record show that I was here on time. See? And that is why Junior is my brother, because he will hold us the same way that Junior holds Rod Brown, although he can only do so much, holds Rod Brown accountable when he tries to use some different version of the Bible and not use the King James Version. Like, what are you doing, young man? He's like, hey, I was here on time. I was here on time. And guess what? Guess what? I wasn't, but I accept that. I accept that. You know why I accept Junior calling me out about me not being here on time? Because Junior is a winner. But if Junior was dusty, I'd be like, so you're here on time because you ain't got nothing better to do. But I know Junior's time is very, very valuable. So when he calls me out saying, hey, I was here on time, I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I have to do better. But people who are,
Congratulations. You played yourself.
There is nothing that they can say to you. All right. That's what I'm saying. That is what I am saying. All right. Junior says glasses. What if I tried? I had glasses on. On Tuesday, and it was all right. But the glare, I don't know. It's whatever. It is whatever. I tried to look smarter, but I don't think that is possible.
Bruh.
Says looking like an old. I am old. All right. And Junior says the word of the year is capacity. That is the word of the year. That is the word of the year. And it says people who lack. All right. You know how they do. In the spelling bee, right? It says the word is capacity. Spell capacity, and it says capacity. Is that a noun or a verb? And it says, can you use it in a sentence? People who lack capacity. Oh, I see what's going on. It's what it is. But sometimes it's time capacity. Sometimes it's mental capacity. Who knows? Sometimes it's emotional capacity. I don't know. Because guess what? I'm just here to win. I don't look to the right. I don't look to the left. I just I'm just chilling. I am just chilling like a villain. All right. So give me a second here. Hold up. I don't know. That's what. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out this desk thing. All right. Anyways, we're here. We are. Put it down a little bit more. Okay. So we're gonna jump into this icebreaker real quick, and then we're gonna get to work. All right. So icebreaker for tonight is criticism from unsuccessful people is a compliment. So let's put it like this. We're going to keep this short and sweet. When you're a winner, if you are watching this channel, you are a winner. And it happens in just about every group, every community. Those who are winning, they will have people who are looking at them, and because those who are losing, they want those who are winning to be losing with them. So then they will launch all this criticism, all this negativity towards those who are winning. I remember, and they'll give them these stupid little labels like, oh, okay. But I remember when I was in elementary school, middle school, high school, you would get the term, like they'll call you smart, but like in a derogatory way. Like it's a bad thing. When I was in 3rd grade and 4th grade, my dad, he had us learning. Like I used to have to go to I used to have to go to summer school every single summer up to like 3rd or 4th grade. I think it was up to it was up to the 4th grade. And then for 5th grade, they said, oh, we're reserving summer school for those who flunk, And my dad was like, oh, that sucks, because I like to have my kids go to summer school so that they can get a head start on the next year. Right. And there's like, oh, sorry, well, they can't go to summer school anymore. So my dad, he would have us study our addition table, our subtraction table, our multiplication table, our division table during the summer. And every single day we had to recite them and stuff like that. We had to do reading. I remember I don't remember how old I was, but my parents got us books for how things work. It was a series of books. We did Hooked on Phonics. We'd be sitting up front with my mom. Would be working on things before my dad, like English is not his first language. So when we'd be preparing for like spelling tests and like vocabulary and stuff like that, he would be saying, okay, how do you spell this word? And we have to spell it. We have to give the definition. Like we were working. We were smart. We were smart. And I remember like in 3rd grade playing around the world with math. So basically you'd go stand behind the person, and whoever answers the math problem first, you get to move on. And I used to be on it. My sister used to be killing it because my parents, they made us work. They made us study. But all throughout that time, you have the other students. They're like, oh, you're this, you're that. And now, and it like trying to make you feel bad. And here's the funny thing, right? Now you go back up to like however many years, and you still have the same dusty mindset happening. All right. I'm saying. They try to bring you back down to their level. But what I have learned over these 41, going on 42 years that I've been alive, is you do not have to listen or care, recognize, acknowledge anything of those people who want to stay at the bottom. See, for me, when I want to grow, I'm going to put in the work, and I always offer people to grow with me. That's why I do my Vibe Code and Chill on Saturday, every other Saturday, free of charge. I allow people to join our Scrum nights so that they can have some insight into this tech space. As Junior, my guy Junior, he was not a tech person, but since he's been hanging out with me, he's been dabbling in AI. He's been doing all these different things, and I learned from Junior too. I learned about drone stuff from Junior. I learned about photography stuff from Junior. Iron sharpens iron. But a lot of people, they like to roll around in the mud and throw criticism and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. But that's also why when I look at my kid, my son, I'm like, I have no desire to put him around like in environments that I don't control. At 3, a little over 3.5, already reading. He was learning how to type today. He prompted me a song to create for him yesterday. And I'm like, and now I'm supposed to like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and put him around with some other kids who are going to say, oh, why don't you come and, do dumb things with us? I'm like, no. My job is to protect my family, but him in particular. And like now he's like, oh, I have to finish my homework. And he's like, oh, I'm learning this, I'm learning that, learning math, learning reading and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, remembering like, oh, when I was in school, they would shame you for being smart. They would denigrate you for trying to go somewhere. And fast forward now, it's like, oh, they're not cool. Well, you know what? Guess what? Here's how I see it, right? Elon Musk, he's not quote unquote cool. Mark Zuckerberg isn't quote unquote cool. What's the other guy? Robert Smith. He's not quote unquote cool. But you know what? They're also not broke and dusty. So I personally like one of my favorite books, Winning by Tim Grover. And his style, he's like, and he'll say, you know what? Like the way that I coach people, I follow the style that his strategy for winning. And like when people's like, oh, but can we do it my way? I'm like, well, if you could do it your way, you wouldn't need to come around me because your way would already be working. So really, like, no. So celebrate it. Celebrate. When you get criticism from people who are unsuccessful, that is the ultimate compliment.
Flawless victory.
And that's why so many people, they're going to be crying, whining, moaning about equality and diversity and all this type of stuff, right? Oh, we didn't get a chance to, like, there was no head coaches hired that are certain demographic and stuff like that, right? Oh, this is not fair here, it's not fair there. But then the attitudes that we portray, that's why when you try to quote unquote network on LinkedIn, nobody responds to you. Because why do you want to befriend people who are just going to end up being a headache? It's not worth it. So that's why successful people keep themselves separate. That's why they put barriers to access, because 99.9% of the time, you don't deserve them anyways. You don't deserve them anyways. So what I do is so that was cute. I embrace the compliments. Say what do you want? If someone is higher than me and they have criticism, I'm going to embrace it and I'm going to learn from it. If someone is lower than me, I'm going to say, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
That is a hell of a compliment. All right. With that being said, we are moving on with our lives. All right. So let me see anything. Nope. All right. So let's get to work. For tonight. Let me go over to Let me take a look over there. All right, cool. So we are going to jump over into Elgato. Let me log into that first. Maker.elgato. And we are going, let's put up our first 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
With our Focus Flow Timer plugin. Shout out to Junior and Yakar for the amazing ideas for this application. All right, let's go over to here. So we are inside of the Elgato Maker Console. Okay, so we're trying to figure out why we are having trouble deploying this. I think I might have a little bit of insight on why. Let's go to here. What I'm wondering is if I need to put a different version in there, right? So we set our price, I think version. Let me try to upload another version of it to see what happens. Create version. I think that's what it is because that's version. So then automatic. All right. So I think that's weird though, because you upload the file and then we have to put a version in there. That is weird, but let's go over to, not media. Let's go to, by the way, this plugin is available free of charge inside for all TechnoTrial Patreon members. So if you go over there, I just posted it yesterday in the recap that I did for this plugin on our software explorations. Let me see. So we got that general. Let's go to, I thought I had this already. All right, hold on. Let me go into WebStorm. And let's close some stuff down. Let's go to over here. And we are going to, hold up. Where is the open anti-gravity? Where is that? All right, here we go. So now let's open up Kilo Code. And I need post detail. And all right, so I need the version information. Release notes. Let's take a look at the release notes. All right, so let's copy that. And we're gonna go over to versions. We are gonna do create a version. Paste that in there. And we are going to, by the way, our time cost calculator in Apple failed again for some weird reason. Tell you, Apple's always failing. Let's take that, dragging it over across 3 screens. All right. Did it upload? If I click submit for review, it's gonna say I didn't. That's dumb. All right, so .sd plugin, .streamdeck plugin. All right, so that's the file. Dragging it over. Uploading. Okay, cool. We're uploaded. No time like the present to submit for review. What the heck? I don't understand this thing. Failed to load resource. Error connection reset. What the heck are you talking about? Version. Could not upload version. Why not? Could not. There's no details on why it's failing either. Preview response. Clear. Let's go to Gemini. Let's go to, maybe I'll go to here. Every time I try to submit my plugin, it is not going through. The network console says, let's copy that, copy value. Is this a common issue with Elgato Maker? I would think if other people were having this issue, like it would be known. There's no reason for it to fail or not give any information about while it's failing. But that goes to show though, right? These companies, they have issues. They have issues, right? You would think like this like you get a clear message on why it's not uploading so you can go and fix that. Nothing. And Seinfeld with Elgato. This is a frustratingly, it's common. The error is a generic catch-all that hides validation errors. Since you're seeing this in the error console, it means the server is rejecting the file, but the UI isn't telling you why. Here's a checklist ranked for most like the version number conflict. Elgato. Elgato back and extremely strict about version numbers. If you uploaded draft 1 previously, even if you deleted it and uploaded failed halfway, the database might still have 1 reserved. Node module bloat. The UID in your manifest must match the UID you registered when you created the product listing on the Maker console exactly. Manifest check. Elgato's validation checks if the icon actually exists in the zip. If you reference this and you named it that. All right. Let's try the version number. I don't know. Everything shows, right? All right, let's try to you know what, before we even do that, I am going to use Kilo to tell it the same thing. All right, I'm gonna use Kilo to tell it the same thing. I am going to copy that. And I'm gonna say new task. Paste that. Let's see if through Kilo we'll have an idea of what to do and possibly fix it. Because this should be like super simple. Like it shouldn't be this. I should just be able to click the submit button and call it a day. Let's see. What? Hold up. All right. Let's see what it's saying. Nothing yet. It's looking. All right. Let's see what happens. Based on the error message, it appears Elgato Marketplace is back and restricting the upload, likely due to validation failure during the processing of your, let's see, plugin file. This is somewhat common generic error when the plugin's package structure is invalid or missing. Required components. Based on your project files, I have identified a critical issue with how your dependencies are being handled. You are using the Canvas library, which is a native Node.js tool, in your rollup.config.mjs. You have correctly marked it as an external to prevent rollup from trying to bundle it, which wouldn't work for a native module. And you're generating a package.json in your output folder that lists the canvas as a dependency. However, the node module folder is missing from your distribution folder. When I inspected that, it contained this, and that, but it does not contain a node modules folder. Why this validation fails? The code execution when the Streamdeck software or the validator runs node bin plugin, it encounters the require canvas. Resolution, node.js looks for the canvas and bin node modules crash since the folder isn't there. The plugin crashes immediately. How to fix? You need to install production dependencies inside your plugin bin folder to pack before packing it. Okay. Okay. So let's say let's run that. Let's run that. But this is what I was talking about in yesterday's video of how much you actually learn through using AI to build applications. Because I don't primarily work in Node. It's not my strong suit, right? But we are able to learn more about it and build up our application. So now we're going to do another. So once that's done, we're going to do Streamdeck Pack because now it's installing the node modules for production. And then we should be able to upload it again. All right. So I fixed the issue preventing your plugin from being valid. The problem was that while your configuration correctly identified Canvas as an external dependency, the actual node modules folder containing it was missing it from your distribution. This meant that any automated check running your plugin would immediately crash with a cannot find module canvas error. Huh. So I wonder, maybe I have to upload the Patreon post. Navigate it to your plugin binary folder. Ran npm install. Okay. All right. So please try. Did we already? Let's say, do we need to do the Streamdeck pack command again to regenerate the Streamdeck plugin file? I'll tell you this though. I believe that we can do anything. We have that command. Yes. But I think we have so much power in our hands. Right before I got on the show, which is part of the reason that I was late, right? You guys saw how we were working on the Indigo event management software, I have it running in the right infrastructure, with the right settings, with Okta, with the Slack notifier that we built on this channel at work. Everything is running well. I was only having one issue where the DMs from the bot wasn't showing up, and just prompting back and forth different strategies until I found. And so right before we got onto the show, it worked. Right. So that's why I say, like, we are builders, we are innovators. We don't have time for foolishness. We don't have time for foolishness. All right. I've successfully repacked the plugin. The new Streamdeck plugin in file 9 includes the node modules folder with the canvas dependency and all its native bindings, which were missing before. You can now, all right, so let's try to run it back, as they say, on the basketball courts. After you blow a team out, they say, run it back, run it back, run it back. We're going to do it. And that's why it's I like to prompt in Kilo instead of just asking Gemini, because Kilo has the context of the code. So I was able to see that, oh, it's probably because of the node package thing. Did Gemini tell us about that? Gemini did mention that, actually. Gemini did mention that. Is it huge? Is it huge? The fix, upload a much smaller file. So now we have a file uploaded. What did I just do? What did I just do? Version. Let's try that again. Let's try it again. Create version. I gotta get the thing back to. Let me drag it. Got that. And we are going to look for, where was my release notes? Let's see if this is going to go through. Moment of truth. Submit. Aww.
Bruh.
Let's see what else. Let's see if there's anything new. Still says the same thing. Could be the version number, though. I will say that it's still failing with no details. I did get this. This is the error message from the network tab. I'm wondering if it's the version. See, I think the package distribution should be fine, because remember when we were testing it on my other Mac and it worked. I do want to test it on the Windows, though. I haven't been able to test it on the Windows yet. They're probably going to update the version number. And I also don't see how to delete another plugin. I wish it would tell me what it was doing before it does it. Well, you know what that means. You know what that means. We have to stop. We have to stop, or I will be held accountable by people who actually matter. All right.
Bruh.
So let's go to break. Let's go to break. Anything in the chat? If not, we're going to get into our first story of the night. Let's see. What am I doing here? We got Rise in the building. What's up, Rise? How are you doing? Hopefully you are having an amazing, amazing Thursday. And Junior says that they told me.
Do not come.
They sure did. You know what?
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
They have some nerve. Don't they know who I is? See, that's how they talk. That's how, dude. That's how the ones who are telling you that, oh, you know, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that, and you're a nerd. Yeah, yes, I'm nerdy by nature. That's how they be talking. I'd be like, huh? You be like, English. Anyways, what's this? Let me see. Where's my mouse? Oh, I'm always losing my mouse. There we go. All right, cool. So, first topic of tonight. Let me see. Drew says time's up, and Rise says chilling, about to start building. Let's go. See, that is why I do this, because I want to give you guys a time and space. If I can come up on stream and I can build and dabble and all that type of stuff, show all of my mistakes as I'm learning, then I want you guys to have the space to build and to win with me. That is all I want. I want you guys to come in win with me. All right. And it says, let me go get my nerdy by nature hat. What? Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. All right. Let's jump into this first topic. All right. What? Hold up. What's going on here? That's not the first topic. The first topic is supposed to be. Let me put it up. Let me see. Doordash. Let me fix that. All right. Doordash launches their delivery robots to a city near. All right, boom. Doordash, they are launching their delivery robots. Let's do it like this. I'm doing this so I can get my editing going right. All right, boom. So Doordash, they are launching their delivery robots to a city near you. What? Or a lot of people might be like, oh. Let's jump into it. Let's see what is going on with these Doordash delivery robots. You guys remember we reviewed those other robots a while ago for Uber? Now Doordash said, you know what? Hold my croissants. We're up. We are up. All right. So let's jump into it.
It looks like a children's toy rolling down the street. But this is really a high-tech delivery robot named Dot, designed by Doordash. The company says Dot will soon be zipping food orders to neighborhoods nationwide.
It's all about keeping up with the demand, increasing capacity.
Stanley Tang is Doordash's co-founder. He says with 70% of U.S. consumers ordering food delivery in the last month and nearly half ordering at least once a week, they can't recruit enough human drivers to keep up, especially in the suburbs. That's why Dot is one of many autonomous delivery vehicles being introduced, joining Doordash's electric fleet of driverless cars and flying drones.
We're going to need all of the above if we want to keep up with the demand we're seeing on Doordash.
Around 100 Dots are already up and running in Phoenix, Arizona, as competition over the best technology is heating up between Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Amazon Prime to get deliveries to you faster and more reliable.
Does anybody actually remember Grubhub? I totally forgot about Grubhub. I'm telling you, I forgot Grubhub existed. They were one of the first. I think they were before Uber Eats and DoorDash. Because I remember like looking up menus on Grubhub. But then Uber Eats came around. And then I think it was Grubhub, then DoorDash, and then Uber Eats joined the game. And they just did. They said, I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. But that's what they said.
DoorDash says its electric pod was specifically designed to handle 3 to 5 mile suburban deliveries using a suite of sophisticated cameras and sensors to navigate sidewalks, bike lanes, and roads at speeds up to.
The one that was being used in Miami that we reviewed was, I think Uber was using it, and it could only go about a mile from its base and on the sidewalk. These have their own. Is that a lane for the robot?
20 miles an hour.
How much food
20 miles an hour? And you don't have to worry about them spitting in your food?
or groceries can actually fit in a Dot?
Yeah, so we designed Dot really to fit 6 large pizza boxes. It pretty much covers like 95% of all DoorDash orders.
Oh, you're so cute!
Its adorable looks already stopping traffic.
Hi, Doordash.
Why did you design Dot to look like a little cartoon character?
If you're building something, that's
It looks like it's from the movie Cars. Look. I've been trying to warn you guys for so long. The more you whine and you complain, they're not going, like, they'll make concessions verbally, but in the background, they are automating. I'm automating all this stuff because I don't like complainers. I don't. We don't want drama. We don't want friction. We just want to work. We just want to win. So while you're saying, "Oh, we're gonna unionize," we're gonna unionize, right? We're delivery drivers. We want a livable wage. We want a livable wage. We're a delivery driver. Like, okay, cool, we got you. California, Uber and Lyft drivers unite. The Lyft and Uber drivers of America, right? Like, okay, yeah, we got you. All right, go ahead and unionize. Guess what? I don't have that sound anymore. You're out of there. You're out of there. That's what companies hear. When you are whining and complaining, they hear, "Oh, okay, you don't like your job. Cool. Well, we'll make the appropriate accommodations."
delivering food to someone's home, especially a family. The most important thing is that people have to feel like they can trust it.
Here's how it works. When DoorDash receives
I already trust it. I already trust it. You guys saw the videos of what these delivery drivers. I was watching the lead attorney review a video the other day. The lady tried to fight the guy. And the guy just he came out to get his food and she wanted to fight him. She was delivering his Uber Eats on a bike, wearing like a mini skirt or something like that. And she wanted to fight him. There was another video where this lady did something to the food. It got caught on the Ring doorbell. I'm already nervous enough when I go to a restaurant. You don't see what's happening in the back. The person who goes to get it from the back, you don't know what's happening on the way to you. The less layers, the less hands that touch your food, the better.
Receives an order that's appropriate for a dot, its system automatically dispatches one from a local charging station to the restaurant. Here at Princess Pita in
So the dot gets chosen before the humans get chosen. The dot gets chosen first.
Arizona.
And as you can see, the people are loving, especially the women. They're like, "Oh my God, that's so cute. is so cute. A little character from Cars out there on our street.
Owner Noor Al Sadi has been doing dot deliveries for 6 months and says the benefits are obvious.
Customer satisfaction has gone up. Wait times have gone down.
To reduce takeout errors, Al Sadi also uses this new Doordash Smart Scale. It weighs every order, then uses AI to flag when it's underweight and items are missing.
If it's missing something, like it's missing a sauce or missing a pita or missing a drink, they'll flag and say, oh, you're underweight, recheck your bag. By enabling this technology to catch the mistakes and get the food there properly, I'm having less refunds, which makes me profitable on every single order that goes out those doors.
We followed a dot as it went out on a delivery, keeping up with traffic on the side of the road, steering around obstacles on a sidewalk, even sounding an alert when pedestrians were in its path.
Excuse us.
Move. Get out the way.
What
Get
happens
out
when
the
dot
way.
gets stuck and can't keep moving forward on its route? Does someone come out and help it?
Yeah, so we have a team of remote operators that are constantly monitoring and watching dot.
There goes the job right there. A remote dot operator. The same way. The Uber one, they had a team monitoring technicians, robot techs. So while people are battling for the crumbs, for let me click on in the app first to pick up this order, to go pick up this person. The play is the robot techs always looking ahead. Oh, there's robots, there's drones. What about becoming a drone operator? What about being a robot tech? I can log into the robot, see where it's stuck at, and can I unstuck it? Can I help it? Or do we need to send out a service tech to maybe got trapped in a ditch? I don't know.
And it can be controlled remotely?
It can be controlled remotely.
While dots can't climb stairs or deliver straight to your front door like a human driver, they'll never call out sick or require a tip.
Do you have a timeline for...
Or complain, or do stuff to your food, or try to stab you.
when you hope to see dot?
The owner said since he started using dot, his reviews, like customer satisfaction has skyrocketed. It has skyrocketed.
Dots in every state.
Yeah, we're trying to do that as quickly as we can. We've seen the demand just explode.
Listen, I'll give you this. That's cute.
Real cute.
Little robot.
Right? Yeah.
So they're active in Phoenix now, you say.
Yes.
Where could we see them next? Do we know?
Already next month, they're launching in Chandler and Gilbert, both in Arizona. And then they say they're going to roll them out in other cities soon.
Wherever there's not potholes.
Right?
That thing wouldn't make it a city block in New York.
No. In New York, no.
For a variety of reasons.
So what if someone tries to tamper with Dot or hug it?
Right. So this is interesting. They have programmed it so it only opens up and unlocks when it reaches its final destination. They use something called geofencing to let it know. And also the customer has to push a button on the app to unlock and pair with that particular Dot. And if someone tries to mess with Dot or tip it over, vandalize it, then Doordash Central Command gets an alert and then they send a tech out. Hopefully people be.
Would you want to just keep Dot?
Yeah, it's pretty
like as a
cute.
pet.
Yeah.
So
How about Dot versus the drone fight to the death?
I think Dot's going to win every time. The drones are, you know, we've been talking about them for years. There's one thing that's going to stand in the way of a drone. HOAs.
Yeah.
Not having it. They're not having it.
That's a good point.
And, you know, little dogs and little kids in the backyard, that package falls
I don't
on
want
somebody.
packages falling
That's
from
what
the
I'm
sky,
saying.
you know,
We're
and I
not
love
ready.
my
We're not ready.
The packages do not fall from the sky. We saw the Walmart delivery where it nicely, carefully just puts it down on the ground. The packages do not fall. Look, I'm telling you guys, drone operators. I was talking to the head or lead drone person for Broward Sheriff's Office, and you gotta be a member, like a police officer, but they will train you to being a drone operator. You get your own drone. You get certified, like the junior knows the certification that you need, and then they do more training on how to properly operate the drone for their use case. Drones are everywhere. So do not discount the drones. Super important, super helpful. I was actually planning on going to like this drone art show where they have like 5,000 drones doing all this design and stuff like that. So drones are in. These robots are in. The jobs, drone operators, robot techs, remote robot operators. You guys thought growing up the remote control. I'm telling you this, right? All the nerdy stuff that they would talk down to us about remote control cars, airplanes, the remote control planes, helicopters, whatever, our science kits, all those stuff that they would try to bash us about. Those jobs are in. Those jobs are in. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Vic, thank you. That was fascinating. All right. Keep us posted on Dot.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning.
All right. So let me know what you think about that. Would you be open to a DoorDash robot delivering your food, or do you want to stick with the human being who is going to show up, maybe, quite possibly, smelling like weed? I know what they did to your food. Give me the less hands, the better for me. I'm just going to say it. The less hands who touch my food, the better. If you can go straight from store to Dot to me, even better. All right? And you don't gotta leave no tip. I digress. Let me check the chat to see what we got going on in here. Let's see. Junior says that the Dot looks so futuristic. It does. It really does. It really does. Says, so if it starts raining and the camera gets foggy, what happens next? I think that they're going to add a little bit of windshield wipers to the camera so you can see where it's going. And I would say that being that you can turn it on and off, like you would say, if you see that there's going to be inclement weather, then you just defer to humans. If you see that it's going to be like a sunny day, especially like in Arizona, you don't really have to worry about that. Then you're like, all right, dots are available, dots are not available. If a dot is delivering and then something happens, you can just have a human just take the order from there to finish it off. I love the technology that the weight calculation of the order, so that you make sure that you're getting your stuff, that nothing's being missed. This is gonna skyrocket customer satisfaction. And then you're gonna hear then Bernie Sanders. Yep. I said it. Bernie Sanders is going to come up and say, "Oh my God, the millionaires and the billionaires. They don't have a livable wage. They don't have a livable wage. We need to put a moratorium on delivery robots." But what I'm telling you is you need to go learn how to be the robot technician, the drone technician, the drone operators, the robot operators, remote robot operators. They have it in other countries already. Junior says, kids will now annoy their parents to get food so they can see the robot. That's a smart business move, using that kind of robot, in my opinion. That is true. That is true. Can you order me a Happy Meal? I want to see the Dot. And that's a cool name too. The Dot, that's a cool name. They gave it eyes and everything. Marketing ploy. And Rye says, all it takes is one strong gust of wind. That's probably, but I think being that they're in Arizona right now, it's dry. They probably don't get much rain, so it might be good over there. But around the wintertime, like right now in Michigan and in New York. All right, hold up. New York. Did you guys see those mountains of frozen garbage in New York City? I was appalled. They have frozen garbage all throughout the streets of New York City. What is going on there? Junior, what is going on in your hometown of New York? What's going on? Let me see. Right says, I'm afraid for that robot because I know someone out here that will strip that robot like a Hellcat and sell the parts on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay. That's a good point too. That is a good point. Junior says part 107. Yep, part 107. Let's see. So if you order ice cream and it takes 20 minutes to deliver, there is going to be a cooling system that can adjust cause drone sounds nice. It's just our technology and workaround. It probably does have a cooling system in there. I wouldn't be surprised. If there's a cooling system in there. Maybe they have like separate compartments, like for frozen stuff, and then for like maybe hot stuff. I don't know. That is a great observation. Because I've seen the snow, not garbage. All right, let me show you this. You want to see this? You want to see New York garbage, frozen garbage. I'm gonna show you this. Let me show you this. There it goes right there. New York's frozen garbage. Garbage piles up on the streets of New York. Garbage piles up on the street. Look at that. With snow as storm vexes sanitation department. Look at that. Look at that. Frozen garbage. In the beautiful city of New York. Frozen garbage. Frozen garbage. Look at this. Look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. I thought this was like a little house for the garbage. I'm telling you. I don't know what's going on over there. Anyways, let's jump into another working segment for tonight. Let's go to, and we are gonna go to put another 20.
Let's go!
And let's go ahead and do here. All right. Let me see if I can upload this again. Successfully packaged plugin. I think it updated the version number, which is probably what it was. Let's go to Finder and not to drag. Oh, not yet. Let's go here. Let's drag that over here. All right, let's see if this works. Because it's not giving us any real information, so it's really hard to know why it's not working. But submit. See, still nothing. Let me see if I could. What does it say over here? Oh, it didn't even upload it. Let me go to. Let's see. It's uploaded. I don't know what's going on here. What gives? We have that. We have that. We have that. All right, let's close this. From January, new plugins will require to be let's copy this. Let's say it's still not going through. There is a unpacked file 21. Okay, so packed, it should be smaller. There is a notice on the Elgato site saying this. Does our app, does our plugin meet these requirements? Let's go here. Let's see what's going on. This is crazy. Manifest SDK version of 3 or higher. Let's see here. Manifest SDK version. Let's see. The weird thing is the app, like the plugin actually works, but there has to be something in here that it doesn't like. So it meets this requirement. Streamdeck version 6.9 or higher, minimum version 6.9. I don't know what the DRM compatible is. UUID. Is there anything in here that talks about DRM? Not that I can see. Maybe it's another file. I don't even know what it's looking for. Because after we're actually able to upload this, we do want to make a free version of this plugin for the marketplace, which haven't even decided fully yet what that free version is going to be. We have reviewed your plugin against the Elgato requirements. Streamdeck, your manifest already specifies that. It does that. DRM compatible, this is the likely culprit. While the documentation is explicitly clear on what DRM compatible entails for every developer, the most significant change for plugins starting January 26 is often related to code signing or strictly adhering to the new manifest structure. However, based on the error 0, it looks like it's a server-side rejection that could be related to the manifest content or structure. One critical observation, you're missing the Windows platform in your manifest. I previously removed it in a rapid-fire attempt to fix things, but a cross-platform plugin generally requires both. Or if you are targeting only Mac, that's fine, but the store might expect both if it wasn't explicitly set to Mac only. However, I noticed you did have Windows before. The most likely issue is actually simpler. Your manifest is missing the OS entry for Windows, but you are building the JSTS plugin that should run both. Wait, I just removed Windows support in a previous step. Let me revert that change because you almost certainly certainly not the cause of the upload failure and might actually cause rejection if you claim the Windows support in the stored listing. Let's attempt to look at the requirements again. New plugin will be, all right. If DRM compatible implies using the new compiled SDK versus J. What? I don't think so. This is the correct for Streamdeck 6.5. However, since we can't easily sign the canvas binary by ourselves without Elgato certificate, let's focus on the manifest. This matches the plugin name. Going to restore Windows support. Bump this, clean up DS store before packing, pack again. Huh. Did you do it? Oh, let's see what's going on here. You did not do it. Let me do this. If I upload the plugin, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the plugin. So I'm uploading the plugin again. And I want to get the details from the upload. Let's go to... When I upload the existing plugin, here are the details from the upload that show up in the Elgato Maker version section. Let's see if that tells us anything. That's a good idea, Rise, but the problem is there's no real error that it's telling us to be able to fix it, right? All right, so let's see if that gave any context. It didn't. Let's say. I think that's part of the problem. There's no real context on why it's failing. Updated that. All right, let's go over to here. And let's try it again. If I at least knew why it was failing, but it doesn't tell us anything. So that's the weird part about it. Where is my notes? Still didn't upload the file. It's like sometimes it uploads the file, sometimes it doesn't. And I'm inclined to think that it's on my end because it's not like you would think week to week. See, now it's not even taking it. Okay. Now you got it. And if we go down here, submit. See? Oh my God, I don't understand. Let's see, learn more. Plugins distributed on Marketplace are eligible for DRM, digital rights management, providing you and your intellectual property with an extra level of protection. Benefits Benefits of DRM protection also include file encryption, integrity checking, and new SDK features, compatibility and readiness, file integrity. Do generate required files at runtime. Don't modify files after they have been distributed in your plugin. Your plugin manifests as a protected asset. Include a separate JSON file or embed directly into your code base. Update Elgato Streamdeck V2 or higher. In your manifest, update to version 3. Distribute DRM plugins with DRM enabled are only protected after they have been uploaded and processed by Maker Console. On occasion, you may need to access the DRM protected version of your plugin before publishing it to users. For example, when you want to distribute a beta version to testers, test your plugin is DRM compatible. To prepare and access the DRM protected version of your plugin, publish after review. Navigate to your products page in Maker Console, select the version tab, select a new version of your plugin, download. Let's see your first. Let's take a look at this. Getting started. If you don't have a Stream Deck, you can use Stream Deck Mobile. Then create command, file structure, running your plugin, npm run watch. Make your first changes. Learn more about actions, how to expand your plugin's functionality. That all looks fine. Let's see. Your first changes, changing counter, plug in your UID. Debugging, still nothing there. Distribution, maybe. All right, in this, so plugins are packaged into this. DRM protected. Packaging like that. Validate your plugin. Running the pack command does the following. Okay. Publishing. All right, let's take a look at publishing. Review the guidelines. Make sure it conforms with the. Okay, let me see. Use a unique name. Check if your name is available. I mean, we got that far, so it is. A volume controller, screen capture. The author field. I see. I don't know. I see everything that I should have. Let's do the DRM part. Let me copy the DRM thing. Let me copy this page. Let's say we are still getting the error when trying to publish. Here is the documentation from Elgato Maker about publishing. Let's send that off. What is this? What's that? I don't know where this file came from. So if we send that off, let's see if that's going to give us any more context. I am very confused by what's going on here. I didn't mean to send it even there. Hold up. Oh, God. Whatever. That's fine. Doesn't make any sense. Let me see if I can go into their Discord. Where is their Discord? Discord. Oh. Let me see if I can see anything in their Discord. Let's see. Elgato. Become a maker. Plugin help. So I'm looking at their Discord now. Let me see. Deleting a draft. There's no option to delete a draft. That is crazy. How long has Elgato been around that they don't have a way to delete drafts yet? Missing events. All right. So I'm just like scrolling through the uploading fail. I'm unable to submit my Streamdeck plugin to the marketplace due to validation error that appears to contradict my manifest configuration. So now we have. See, I'm not even getting this much information. What? So they're saying that there seems to be a known issue where this validation, whereby if you select another file button, some old validation runs and provides incorrect errors. The team is aware of this and will work on a fix. This is from 124. Oh, this is a joke. If you could please try closing the window and returning to the create product screen. To the create product screen and see if it resolves that problem. Let me know if that doesn't. Oh my God. Another person.
Lunch break.
They're frustrated over the public. So basically what I am hearing is that, or what I'm reading is that the Elgato platform is a terrible, terrible platform. I will keep reading through the, let's take a look at this real quick, but I'll keep reading through the Discord to see if someone has figured out a way. It says, I fixed the integrity issue by redirecting the logs to the system temporary directory. Now I'll pack the plugin using Streamdeck Pack to verify it builds correctly. Then I'll provide the final write-up. Okay, I'll run it. Let's go to break. This is annoying. Like, we did all this work and now we are fighting to get it published to Elgato. But it is available. It is available at techcoachrob.dev, free of charge to all of my Patreon members. Looking forward to seeing you there. All right, let's check the chat real quick and then we will get to our next story for tonight. Let's see. Rise says, cause our phones below a certain temperature will die out. That is true. So with these temperatures are going to be a main factor of how effective. But that is an excellent observation. Because especially if they're in Arizona where it gets like 115 degrees, you need to be able to keep it cool. But they've been running it for if they've been running it for the past 6 months, where it starts to get cooler around this time. What about in the summer? What about in the summer? That is an excellent and astute observation. That garbage in New York is wild, huh? Yeah, I told you they have frozen garbage in New York. That's crazy. Did you guys? All right, but I'm going to tell you this though. While they have frozen garbage in New York, did you see the iguanas in Florida? I don't like reptiles, and these people are gathering iguanas. I'm gonna play it for you. Give me a second. I'm gonna find one for you. I hate it. I hate it. Let's see. Let's see if we go to Florida iguanas. Let me show you. This is so gross. This is so gross. I don't know how y'all feel about iguanas, but I hate them. Watch this.
It is raining iguanas. Isabella, you have quite the scene. And please introduce us to the lady standing next to you.
Yes, this is Jessica. She is the iguana expert. She's picked up, she said, hundreds of pounds of iguanas this morning. This is crazy. I've honestly never seen anything like it. Jessica, tell us what is happening. Why are these iguanas frozen?
Right. Of course, iguanas are cold-blooded animals. So as soon as it gets to freezing, we end up having iguanas fall out the trees here in South Florida.
Okay. And like I said, you've picked up hundreds of pounds worth just this morning. You told me you started at 4. What do you do with them after you pick up all of these all around the city?
Well, of course, we contact our Trinidadian friends and all the people that like to eat iguanas. So a lot of different cultures eat iguanas, and they eat the eggs, and they eat the legs, and they eat the tail. So this is easy snacks falling out the trees this morning.
Okay, and I know that you did tell me that before, and I was surprised because I said, is that inhumane? But tell us about the reasons why that's acceptable.
Right, so iguanas are an invasive species here in South Florida, just like the pythons, the parrots, and other animals that damage our native environment. And so we are not allowed to relocate these animals. Some people try to heat them up and let them back go. If you do that on your own property, that's your own choice. But FWC did allow for people to go to a place today. If you find frozen iguanas in your yard, you can look up on FWC's website, and they'll tell you drop-off points where they will humanely put iguanas down.
I'm muted. Drop off points. Oh God, I'm muted. But drop off point. But you guys see the video,
and
right?
make sure that they don't suffer. But we also get them out of our environment and save South Florida.
Okay, and you've already found several in this park, but you told me after this.
But what I was saying earlier that when I was doing bail bonds like 20 years ago, there was this guy from Trinidad at one of our bail bonds parties, and he was saying how they eat iguanas, and they eat possums and everything. So I'm like, yep, she's right. They do eat iguanas down over there.
Spot, you're headed to the beach. Why are there a lot on the beach, do you think?
Yes, so the last time it froze like this, I found the majority of my frozen iguanas out by the beach. I think that air coming off of the cold water is even colder for them, and the wind is stronger over there, so it knocks them out the trees. And we're expecting to find many more iguanas this morning out there, probably until about 11 a.m. when it starts to get warm enough for them to wake up and climb back up the trees.
Okay, and one last question. What is the heaviest and biggest iguana you have picked up today?
Today, this is probably the biggest boy we've gotten. He probably weighs around 10 pounds, and it's probably around 5.5 feet long.
And you told me it's like picking up a bag of ice.
Oh yes, right now they are so cold. My hand is frozen right now holding him, and so they're like little bags of ice, and they are so heavy. So like you said, we've gotten probably around 200 pounds of iguanas, and probably around 75 to 80 iguanas total.
And this is crazy. I've been nervous even holding this one, and I did pick that one up just a couple minutes ago. I thought they were going to wake up.
Yeah, they're not waking up yet. We had one moving slightly a minute ago. He was sitting in the sun, so he's getting to heat up a little quicker, but they still have a few more hours that we're going to be able to run around and pick up iguanas like Easter eggs off the ground.
And for those that see a frozen iguana right outside their doorstep, what do you recommend they do one last time?
If you want to allow him
Throw up. Throw up.
To defrost, go ahead and move him to the sun and he'll get the defrost and go up the trees. But if you want to help the environment and remove him, you need to look up FWC's drop-off site and they'll be able to take care of him humanely for you.
Okay, thank you so much, Jessica. Again, a crazy scene out here. I'm from Michigan. I've never seen anything like this or even held an iguana before. So a lot of firsts for me, cold in Florida and holding a frozen iguana. Reporting live, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
I can't. Nope, I can't. But see, New York is dealing with frozen trash. We are dealing with frozen iguanas. All right, so that's how the game goes. Sorry about being muted earlier. You know, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me continue with the chat, but that is our counter to New York's garbage trash. Let me see. Where were we? We got my guy Rod Brown in the building. The beloved brother is here. What's up, Rod Brown? How are you doing? He says the Streamdeck has been ordered. Sorry that you have to use it with StreamYard, but it is what it is. It is the very, very first plugin that you're gonna have to get, Mr. Rod Brown, is the focus flow timer, so that you can see how much time and you know how we do. Let me see. Junior says, nice. I bet it was that music you love playing to warm up the people to send super chats that made you pull the trigger. Bruh. Tell you, he'd be trying to get us into our super chat mode. Says, I want a iguana. They cool and chill. Sorry.
Do not come.
No, thank you. Or a Komodo dragon. Let me see what a Komodo dragon looks like. What does a Komodo dragon look like? Komodo dragon. Oh, and see, now that one looks pretty cool. That one, I must say, that looks pretty cool. I would not want an iguana, but I would take me I probably wouldn't, but that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. And you don't got no teeth. You don't got no teeth. You know? That's how my grandma's mouth used to be. It is what it is. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Komodo dragon. Yeah. Thank you guys.
I appreciate you.
Thank you guys. It says she put it on the tree. Hey. I bet, Junior, all the other countries in the Caribbean were like, oh, thank God she didn't say us. She did not say us. Thank God she did not say us. The Asians were like, oh, thank you. The Jamaicans were like, oh, thank you. The Cubans were like, oh, thank you. Gracias. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, muted. Yep. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That was bad. I was muted. It says, I've seen a guy feed iguanas a Popeye's chicken. Was it the spicy chicken sandwich when the people were like lined up? You guys remember Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich when people were like the lines to Popeyes was into the street. That's how popular those sandwiches were. It was crazy. They had Popeyes looking like Chick-fil-A for like a week. As you going to get your share of iguanas? Absolutely not. I will not. However, I might, Junior, hire someone to get them for me. Some people got nothing better to do, so give them a job. I employ. All right. Let's see. The beloved brother Rod Brown says that is absolutely disgusting. How do you know? How do you know, beloved brother Rod Brown, that it's gross? Have you ever tried eating an iguana? Have you ever tried eating an iguana? Just saying. I'm Just saying. You don't know. You don't know.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
Yep. The Komodo dragon is all gums. Whoa, what is this picture? Look at this picture of the Komodo dragon. Look at this one. What are they doing? Are they fighting or are they? Hey, sometimes the Komodo dragons have to get it on, all right? Sometimes they have to get it on. Let me see what else we got. It says a much bigger iguana. That thing chased humans and its bite is poisonous. What? That's why I don't got no teeth? That's why I don't got no teeth? Oof, no thank you. No thank you. I pass. People was killing and robbing for a chicken sandwich. That's why I stay over here and I do not mingle. I do not go out. I don't hang out with people. I just chill, except for when Rod Brown comes to town. He's like, hey, come hang out. All right. For the beloved brother who bought me a really, really good Cuban sandwich and Cuban fries, for sure. And Rai says, check it out. Grab the iguana, keep them, and sell them online for a nope. No iguanas here. I'm telling you, sometimes these iguanas be trying to get into the house. Where I live, we have a canal like two blocks away, and it is always. When I would be walking in the morning, there were iguanas, like probably like at least 100 iguanas in somebody's yard, and they just be roaming. I'm like, no, thank you, not happening. I do not like. I am not a reptile person. All right, okay. Let's get into our next story for tonight, which is about Anthropic. Good old Anthropic. So they are triggering a stock sell-off from what I'm hearing, but they also released Claude. Goodness, what am I doing? What am I doing? Give me a second. I'm not ready. I'm not ready today. Anthropic. Claude 4.6 released. Triggers stock sell-off. Let's go with that. Boom. Let's try that again. Anthropic. Claude 4.6, Opus 4.6 released. Did that trigger a stock sell-off? Is AI scaring people into selling all their stocks away? Let's get to it. So we have two videos. We have the one about Claude being released, and then we're going to talk about this stock sell-off that they're blaming on Anthropic. So let's get into it.
Now, I want to go back to that headline I just told you about with Anthropic. Let's bring in Bloomberg's Shireen Ghaffari to tell us more. So, Shireen, the headline here is that Anthropic has updated its AI model, Claude Opus 4.6, to field complex financial research. Put this headline into context for us, given what we learned earlier this week.
That's right. So we are seeing this as what Anthropic is calling its most capable model yet at enterprise. And specifically, they say that it's a big improvement on the financial modeling side. Now, this is something that will be closely watched, given that we've seen that Anthropic's recent product updates, including a legal tool, caused some major market shifts, as we've reported, a nearly $1 trillion wipeout in some tech stocks.
Yeah, and we see that continuing because those software stocks continue to fall. And we should mention that following the headline that we just told you about, FactSec shares have extended their decline to session lows and now are down almost 4% on the day. So tell us a little bit more about what's next for Anthropic and its Claude AI model.
So I think what we're seeing with Anthropic and all the major AI labs is they are starting to sort of go after more vertical sections of the labor force, right? So first we saw it with coding. Anthropic put out really some of the most cutting edge coding models that caught on with software engineers. Now we're seeing them expand into different sectors like finance.
I did it again. When did I even mute? I don't even remember muting, but I caught it though. I caught it. My company, they really want us to use Claude Code. Like they are heavily pushing it, and I used it for the first time last week, and I was impressed. I am still more of a Gemini person. Home team Gemini. I've been using Google for like the past 20 years. 20 years, because Gmail came out before G1, and I had the G1, so I've been on Go for a while. But Claude Code is pretty cool. I used it. I built something at work for it for Innovation Week, and like they are trying to get more and more people to use it because they're not getting rid of engineers, but it helps you go faster. Things that we discussed doing last year, I'm getting them done like this.
Financial services.
Rod Brown. Are you guys using AI in your? I know you work in healthcare, so I don't know how the AI works over there because of HIPAA and stuff like that. But have you guys started using AI in your day-to-day workflow? Are they encouraging you guys to use AI, or is it like still taboo?
Legal, healthcare, et cetera. And I think we're seeing the market be very reactive to any updates on the technological front in those sectors.
Yeah, you spoke with Scott White. Your team spoke with Scott White. He's Anthropic's head of product for Claude's AI models. Is there any vertical that they're not touching at the moment, or is it seemingly everything that they're examining?
That's a great question. I mean, look, the end game for all these companies is AGI, right? Artificial general intelligence. This idea that if everything goes well, basically all intellectual work could be replaced by AI is the hope. Whether that will actually succeed or not across all sectors is very much yet to be determined. But again, we have seen some early use cases around coding really take heed in the past several months.
And
But the thing is, coding is just one, coding is a small aspect. Like, Ron, help me out here. Do you agree with this, that writing the code is just a small part of the work, but thinking of what needs to be done, thinking about where it's going to be placed, the infrastructure behind it, the availability, where are you going to be using, what cloud technology are you going to be using? So if you can reduce the time that it takes to write the code, you still inspect it, you still do code reviews, all that type of stuff. You test it, but you can reduce the time to prototype, to get something up and running. Isn't it worth it?
I should mention as well, Shireen, that Anthropic is currently in talks to raise a new round of funding at a valuation of $350 billion. Its rival OpenAI is also in fundraising discussions as well. Could we see an Anthropic IPO this year?
Look, I think there have been reports that all these companies are looking to potentially IPO this year. SpaceX, Anthropic, OpenAI. We don't know exact timing yet for these, but it's something that definitely people are watching, and we could be seeing steps toward. But in the meantime, there are these mega funding rounds, as you mentioned, that we've been reporting on that are closing as well. So a lot of activity in this space.
A lot of activity in this space. All right, good stuff. Thank you so much, Shireen Ghaffari, with the latest on Anthropic's AI model, Claude Opus 4.6, designed to carry out financial research and other work-related functions. That's going to add fuel to the fire to concerns that AI is going to disrupt a lot of these enterprise software companies. We've seen it with companies that provide legal software, and of course now that has spread to companies that provide financial services software, complex financial services software at that.
So, but that's the thing though. That's the thing. What if it makes you more efficient? Then, in my eyes, you can get more done, right? You can get more done. So, why? You no longer have to waste time doing tons and tons of research on monotonous tasks. I'd rather think about planning, designing, creating, and then say, okay, now that I have this plan. And that's why I like Spec Kit so much, because that is one of the purposes of Spec Kit, right? To have good documentation, good specifications, and then have the AI start to implement it, and then you go and refine it. If you look at what we've done here over the past 6 months, 7 months, right? As much as we vibe code almost every single show, but there is so much work that goes into it. Logging into AWS, getting credentials, getting keys, security stuff, infrastructure stuff, planning out, Superbase this and Terraform that, DigitalOcean this. But I don't have to worry about sitting here spending a year just to write the code, learning how to write the code, when I can be administering what I want done. So now imagine if you have somebody who is great at coding and figuring stuff out, they can go faster. That's why. So now they're saying that there's a stock sell-off because of AI. So let's watch that.
Talk us through this new model that was released by Anthropic. Why did it cause so much disruption yesterday?
Yeah, hi, Jemana. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that Anthropic's having a bit of a deep seat moment, if you remember from a year or two back, really disrupting the AI market with these co-work tools. It started with the Claude code, which kind of helped coders to essentially develop their software quicker and in a more automated way. Then they kind of transformed that into kind of co-work, which applies across a whole broad range of productivity tools such as Excel. And now the latest twist in that is they brought out a specific automation tool for legal services, and that really disrupted a lot of the big kind of professional information service names, just like RELX, for example. But I think that's just kind of sparking broader fears that companies like Anthropic that really focus on business productivity tools are really making traction that's really going to accelerate the disruption in existing business models, and not just traditional non-tech business models, but also new AI models too. So that's really kind of spooked investors. And anything that's got the slightest hint of AI to do with it in terms of kind of software and services is kind of.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking, like when I'm seeing these things about legal services and all of that, right, is how can I integrate that into my platforms, into my systems? What people don't understand is that, and these stocks and stuff like that, they're being purchased and sold by non-technical people. So it's like, so you hear as a non-tech person, you hear, oh, Anthropic released this tool for in-house lawyers and stuff like that. And you're like, oh my God, there's going to be no more paralegals. Lawyers don't want to be doing all of this little work here and there, all this manual research. Like, oh, you know what? Oh, guess what? We have this tool for the paralegals to be able to research faster, to go into Claude, or we can get this software that makes it work the way that we want it to work. Cool. Now I can take on more cases, I can charge more, and my paralegal can do more research faster. So stock selling is always stock purchasing and selling is always a very emotional thing. So that's why I don't really give it any credence.
Kind of feeling the effects, and it wasn't just software names. Yesterday we saw a big sell-off, for example, in advertising agencies that have been investing heavily in AI as the next evolution of their business models, but even they suffered despite the fact that Publicis reported good results.
And I wonder whether, as you say, this is one of those game changer moments for software as a service. And you look at the divergence of performance of that basket versus other parts of the market. Has the long-term investment thesis into software as a service changed on back of this? Because quite clearly there's disruptive technology that's coming and really changing the investment thesis over a medium-term horizon.
Yeah, it is, and I think I guess it's really forcing investors to kind of question again that even the kind of the newer businesses like software now, for example, are kind of potentially at risk, and this is kind of perhaps a bigger and quicker disruption to how you develop these businesses, how quickly you can evolve the code, what the right platforms are to use. So yeah, I think people are perhaps going back to the drawing board a bit. It's a bit of a kind of sell now, ask questions later, kind of better to kind of retreat and take risk off and figure the future out before stepping back into the market.
This is dumb. Like, for me, at least. All right, I'm going to tell you this, right? With the people that I work with, like coaching one-on-one, AI has given me so many opportunities to help them learn and grow. Whether I'm working with somebody on Terraform and DevOps and networking and stuff like that, or I give the people who I have who are interested in learning QA, give them opportunity to, hey, go and test the Tech Barbarians coaching portal. Hey, go and test the speech app. So do the work that we've done with the speech app on Sundays. Now, one of my Tech Barbarians, I'm like, all right, so you have the opportunity to test a mobile device on Apple simulator, Android emulator, AWS device farm for the Apple, for the Android. You're going to be using the test flight. You also have the opportunity to test the dashboard, which is web. You're going to get to use Docker. You're going to get to use all these different tools. GitHub to pull in the code, to start it, to run the Docker commands, all of that stuff. Supabase, your test case management system. Another one of my tech barbarians, right? They are. I'm not gonna say they were. They are. I had them learn product management early last year, and now they own the Resume Flow portal platform, where we're able to come up with different ideas, different features, and then another. And I'm going to tell you this, because this is possible because of AI. Because if I didn't have these tools available, I would be stuck working on one project and one product. Like before AI, when we were working on the David Goggins quotes application, very basic, took forever. Now we have all of these different projects in place. So it allows me, and I still have a regular 9 to 5. I still go to jiu-jitsu 3 times a week. I still have coaching calls. I still do Vibe Code and Chill. I still tune in on Wednesday nights to Rod Brown's weekly Christian Roundup at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to Rod Brown's channel. I still am able to do, I had a coaching call last night at 10:30 p.m. I still am able to do all these things and make opportunities. Another one. I have someone learning marketing on how to market these different applications. And I was like, all right, cool. So, you went inside of Google Ads, created the campaigns and stuff like that. Great. Well, here are the landing pages that the development team we implemented into the application to create landing pages. Now we have the landing pages. Here's the landing pages. Create the ads. Let me know how much you need to run a campaign. AI did this, opened so many doors for so many people. However, only if you choose not to be dusty. Being dusty is a choice. Being dusty is a choice. All right? But due to AI, it opens so many doors for so many people. There will be. I'm gonna give you another example.
Another one.
At my company, there was this tool that somehow got dropped onto my team's lap, right? And it was just a nightmare, and we never had time to take care of it, and it would also have problems. The support team, they vibe coded their own replacement app. And I was like, So I don't really buy this whole stock sell-off because it's people who don't understand the doors that this unlocks. They don't understand the doors that this unlocks. I have another app waiting in the background as well. So I don't know. I don't know where all that is coming from. Anyways, let's get back to the chat, and then we're going to get one more segment of work, and then we will have one more topic to discuss. Let me see what we got. Let's see. Rod Brown says so at Rod Brown's company in the healthcare field, they are encouraging people to use Copilot. I think Copilot was one of the first things at my company that they were encouraging, but then they had got Devin, but only some people were able to use Devin. But we all have like the Devin search thing. Then they have, what else do they have? We have Claude Code through like using Amazon Bedrock. We have some people use Cursor. We have a variety of different tools. What else do we have? We have Gemini Pro Enterprise account, which which I think we're able to use anti-gravity with that. So we have a lot of different options available to us. They're really pushing it, and they want developers and engineers and stuff like that to use it. They also want they also have non-technical people using it for different stuff, and they're also integrating it into some of the products that we sell, not as a replacement, but as a option for what I would say like a lower tier option. If you don't need it to be super accurate, like with humans' eyes on it, then you can get this plan. Or if you want to get faster results, but then have a human come in there and tidy it up, you have that option as well. So many different things that are like these stock people. They don't understand the power of AI yet. It's all fear mongering and stuff like that. So it's crazy. It says writing the code is like 20% of the project. You heard it from the director himself. The director himself. And the reason I call him the director because last year, I'm gonna tell on you a little bit, Rod Brown. Last year, Rod Brown came on my stream and he was pouting. He was like, "Oh, it's not fair. You know, I was supposed to get this job and they didn't give it to me." I'm like, Rod Brown, there's something better for you out there. Just wait for it. And then about 2 weeks later, it was more than 2 weeks, but about 2 weeks later, he's like, I got an even better promotion. So I always hold that over his head, like, Rod Brown, you got this. You got this. All right. But it's like 20% of the project. There is so much more that goes into it. Planning, infrastructure, maintenance. OAuth, it goes on and on. Says we're at a point where we have the first layer of AI, and now these guys have to start building different AI projects that revolve around everyday tasks, projects, health, money, time, robotics, etc. And that's what I do here. I'm like, all right, let me build something. How can I integrate using these API keys? One of the applications that I use it all the time. I keep it very, very close to my heart, is my content creation assistant, where it will pull in the YouTube video, the clip that we're gonna do, that I'm gonna schedule. It will use a transcript to create a certain type of description where it can be like educational, it could be controversial, it could be curiosity, it could be a narrative, and create me a description, a title, suggestions, and then based on that, create me a thumbnail. And then I go and I clean it all up, clean up the thumbnail, boom. Do publish, it sends it back to YouTube, and then I go from there, right? And this workflow used to take me a whole evening for like 5 videos. Now I can spit out like I can have like 15 to 20 videos ready in about an hour and a half to be scheduled, you know? So I'm able to do so much more, so much faster. It says, now in order for us to go to the next step is we have to combine all that we have to hit that next wall so we can hit Jarvis level Iron Man. Yeah. Overall, coders nowadays can be more and more efficient. Exactly. And here's the thing, right? I still recommend people to learn to code, like to learn, web development, Python, whatever, because it just makes you that much better, because you can actually read the code, understand it, troubleshoot it, give the AI context and insight, because the people, and here is the situation that we're in, right? A lot of people who are very skilled engineers, they don't want to use AI tools. So they go a little bit slower and stuff like that. And the people who are not very skilled, they only want to use AI tools. So their code ends up being like spaghetti. So the ones who don't want to use it have a big advantage if they were to use it. So that's where we're at right now. And so we can hit Jarvis level and my guy Rod Brown. All right, we are going to jump in. We're going to jump into the last working segment of tonight. Let's get to it. 20.
It's time to do.
So let me take a look at the Discord again to see what they're talking about. All right, Elgato Discord. They say, let me see. I have a plugin submitted for publication. It's Mac only, as it is a helper binary, and the text is point to Mac only. It took over a week for them to get to it. Then it was rejected for the following: the browser default actions don't seem to function on our machines. So that's not it. Upload rejected. I tried to upload a new version. That's not it. Issue to revise rejected submission, missing events. I'm looking through the read man, but I'm not getting these errors. So that's the error loading DRM version. Can't upload new versions after icon correction. I don't know. Elgato is tripping. So we have it packed. Let's go to over here. Products. So we can't delete. We can't delete this, right? But we also can't. I don't even know. I don't even know. Version. Create version. Drop that in here. And it's like, oh my God, this thing is so trashy. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like one thing that really pisses me off as a QA engineer is bad user interface. A bad user experience. And that's why one of the reasons that I kind of get stuck. Trying to get these like applications in a perfect spot, because I hate passionately bad user experience, and I am having a terrible user experience right now. How many times do I have to upload this damn file? Oh my God. All right. Uploading. This is so stupid. Oh my God. Rod Brown, maybe you should cancel it. Maybe you should cancel your order. All right, it's uploaded. Okay. Let's get our description. And we paste that in here. Go to network tab. Let me see if there's anything in here that is weird. Is valid, true, okay. Dial support, manifest, author tech code ref, code path, preview, DRM, min. All right, so okay, I'm looking at more details here. Response. Vibe alert. All the details. DRM, min app version, ready, true, SDK version. All right. Looks like we have everything we're supposed to have. Right. Right. Now we submit. Piece of trash. Piece of trash. Could not upload version. Let me copy this right here. And I'm going to search it in their Discord. This is I have no idea. You have no idea how upset I am right now because they are wasting my time. This is so stupid. I don't know. Let's try this again. Oh, I guess I'll try a new product. I really don't know. This is so dumb. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna give up on this Elgato. Continue. Actually, before I even do that, oops. I'm gonna refresh this. Refresh this page completely. Drop that in there. Details from upload. And of course, because the name is not available, because we have the name already, because you won't let me upload the damn file. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. This has to be the dumbest interface I've ever seen in my life. And I love my actual Streamdeck, but to use their platform, this is dumb. This is dumb. Got everything over here. Everything over here. Products. We go to this. And we don't even have the option to submit it. This is, I don't know. Let me see something. View page source. What is hidden? Form, post. Is there a button? There is a button. What does the button say? There's a bunch of buttons. Okay. Let's go to the last one. Button. Add link. Oh my God. This is so, oh my, hold up. If I go over here, hidden. Why is there not a submission button? Form, a React form error. If you call form submit manually. How do you? This is so stupid. That's like this is the only platform you can actually distribute it on. But I don't understand how people are uploading theirs. Let's say we do button. Button. So there's that. What does this one do? Apps. Okay, button. Let's go to the last button on the page. Add link is the last button. What about submit? Submit. There is, there's no way to submit the app. This is so crazy. This doesn't make any sense. We go here. Because if we look at the details over here, everything is good. Everything is good. See? And it's not giving us an actual error either. All this information is correct. Streamdeck ID, focus flow timer. Copy this again. Paste that in there. Submit. Could not upload. Why not? Why not? If you go to their documentation, distribution, so we know that our DRM is good. You need Streamdeck. All right, I'll run that command just in case. Streamdeck -v 1.6. 1.6. Yep, 1.6. We got that. Let's see. We got this. I mean, everything is uploading correctly, so I don't see. Testing with DRM. Select the version. Tab. Select the new version of your plugin. Download the DRM packaging. We did that. Validate. Let's see. What is validate? Let's take a look at that. Streamdeck validate. Path of your plugin. Validate Streamdeck plugin is current in the current working directory or path when specified and outputs the validation results. I don't know what this does, but let's give it a try. Let's go here. Oops. Let's go to here. Close this out a bit. Let's say Streamdeck validate div.sd plugin. Validation successful, right? Forces an update check for new validation rules. Let's try the force update check, I guess. Let's see here. Equals true. I don't know. Okay. Let's go back over here. Marketplace provides a platform for your plugin to reach millions of Streamdeck users. Okay, we got that. Create the app icon. Submit for review. What? Oh, goodness gracious. I can't. Like, it doesn't make any sense. There's no detailed information on why it's not working at all. Let's see. Media? Are there any of these that are an issue? Everything looks good over here. Home. Settings, maybe? Nope. You can't delete them to re-upload it, right? All right. This is just a waste. This is such a waste of time. We go to version. We say create a version. Let me try to go here. Go here. Go there. And then it just doesn't upload. God. Are you guys seeing the same thing that I'm seeing? Are you seeing the same thing that I am seeing? Let's see. Oh, what is this? What is this failure? Doesn't tell us anything here. So it just fails. Now it's going to upload, right? So we go here. It has all the data, right? Response. Okay. Minimum version. Mac, Windows, preview, okay, versions, valid, okay, paste this. What if I turn this off? Automatically publish after being approved. What if I turn that off? Does that make any difference? Let's see. Nope. I am so mad right now. I am so pissed off right now. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. This is dumb. What a waste. Whatever. I'll go check them out in the Discord to see like what's happening, because this is stupid. This is ridiculous. This is such a bad user experience for a plugin that works so well. Can't even, whatever. And this is why it is important to make sure that your platform is on point. That's why we work so hard over here. That is why we work so hard over here, and we take user feedback very, very seriously. From winners, of course, not from, you know, the bottom of the barrel. The crust around the bottom of the barrel, right? See the chat, and then we're going to get to our last topic of tonight. Let's see what we got going on over here. Let's see. Rod Brown says he is canceling his order right now. I can't blame you. Like, this is ridiculous. This is a quote unquote maker platform. Like, how are you supposed to develop something? There is no reason that it should not be working for me. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something, because something did happen to me at work. This might actually be all of my fault. This might not be all of my fault. Let me see something. Let me go to, I don't think so though, because this is an upload, not a, no, I don't know. Let me go to the Xfinity app. No. Just not working. We'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. The file is uploading perfectly fine. It's when I do, and it's approving it in all the network calls and everything like that. It's when I go to submit it, then it says could not upload the version. I'm like, why? There's nothing. What? Give me some more details. I have no. If I made a mistake, I have no problem with that. But give some clear details on why it's not uploading. All right. Livid is the word. Rod Brown says, you win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. Bruh. Say it again. Say it again, Rod Brown. Say it again. Say it up. He ain't say it again, though. There's no loss, it's just another block in the building process. Look, I agree with you, Junior. However, only when it's my fault. Only when it's some big company's platform that's been around forever and I can't upload a damn file. That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. And Junior. Oh. Why you gotta call me out? Why you gotta call me out? A cheap excuse to keep working after the Sonic drowned. I like this. Junior, I told you that in confidence. I told you that in confidence.
Bruh.
Robert says, I'm going down a rabbit hole on the Soundbite website though. I told you. I told you. I sent Rod Brown earlier today where I get most of my sound effects from, and he's going wild. He's going, let me see if there's any. Let me take a look at if they have any. Let me see. Look for the word church. Let's see. Let me mute this before something wrongly plays. I hear anything. Come on. Oh, well, whatever. I'll let Rod Brown figure that out. I shall let Rod Brown figure that out. What else we got? All right, let's get to our last topic for tonight. This young lady, she moved from Atlanta. To Bahrain. Let's go to here. And we're going to go to, hopefully this works this time. Boom. She left Atlanta for Bahrain. Is it much safer in Bahrain than it is in Atlanta? So let's get to it.
A lot of people don't know about Bahrain. I think it's just an amazing, wonderful place that is really slept on. It's a beautiful island, very peaceful, very safe. Moving from Atlanta, I was a single woman by myself downtown. I never really felt safe. Coming here and not having to worry about safety is such a breath of fresh air. There's little to nothing that stresses me out day to day. Everyone is super, super nice and welcoming. It has a deep, rich culture that they really, really preserve, which I love as well. I've been here now for 2 different Ramadans. This is a picture of my father. He used to live in Bahrain. He's been in the Navy for 40 years. And this was his suit shop. They have made him over 40 custom suits. My name is Michaela McGee. I'm 29 years old, and I moved to Bahrain from Atlanta in December of 2022. One thing about Bahrain is it's hot.
I've been saying it wrong. It's Bahrain, not Bahrain. Bahrain. Is there R in it? Hold on. Did I get it wrong? Bahrain? Oh wait, no, yeah, it's Bahrain. Okay, I guess the R is silent, right? Let's keep going.
It's super hot here. If you're not a warm cultured person, this probably wouldn't be the island for you, but I love warm weather. I would say probably the hottest day this summer was about 113, 114, maybe 115 Fahrenheit. Here you can order ice for your pool. That's how hot it gets. Bahrain and Dubai are like cousins, I would say. Bahrain is about maybe like 20, 25-ish years behind Dubai. Very similar in culture, very similar in nature, very similar in weather. Now Bahrain is trying to catch up. They're building a marina right now. They're building a bunch of things to, draw in tourism. I'm a military brat. Both of my parents are U.S. Navy. Growing up abroad, life was moving around from military base to military base. I always knew that I wanted to live outside of the U.S. The first time I went to Bahrain was in 2020, I believe, and I actually came to visit my parents. My dad was stationed here in the military. I knew nothing about Bahrain before visiting the first time, but the moment I came, I became obsessed. It's one of those things like, if you know, you know, and it felt like home. I met so many great people. As soon as I...
Is it that much safer in Bahrain than in Atlanta, at least? Let's see. Let's take a look. So, the Kingdom of Bahrain is a small island nation in the Persian Gulf, located off the eastern coast of Saudi Arabia, consisting of an archipelago of roughly 50 natural and 33 artificial islands. It's a constitutional monarchy with Manama as its capital. Bahrain has a population of over 1.5 million, and it's a major financial capital. Wow. All right. Commercial. All right. I'm just going to Gemini this. I don't want to read this. Let's go to Gemini. Let's say, is it safer in Bahrain than it is in Atlanta? Let's see what Gemini says. I'm curious. Would you leave the United States to live in Bahrain? Like this young woman did? Whether Bahrain or Atlanta is safer depends heavily on which type of risk concerns you the most. Street crime or geopolitical instability. Oh, okay. Well, that escalated quickly. Whether Bahrain, all right, so it says statistically you're significantly less likely to be a victim of a violent crime or theft in Bahrain than in Atlanta. That makes a lot of sense. However, Bahrain carries regional security risk, terrorism, and civil unrest that are virtually non-existent in Atlanta. Well, that can be debatable nowadays, right? Says the following breakdown details the specific safety profiles of each location. Street crime and personal safety. Winner, Bahrain by a long shot. Violent crime is rare. The street crime rate is very low compared to most Western cities. You can generally walk alone at night in major areas like Manama or Jufar with a high sense of personal security. Petty theft, pickpocketing exists in old markets, souks, but it's not widespread, so shout out to them. Atlanta, while crime rates have trended downward in 2024 and 2025, we all know why, right? Atlanta still has a significantly higher rate of poverty and violent crime compared to Bahrain. Visitors are generally advised to stay in populated areas, avoid walking alone late at night in certain neighborhoods, and secure valuables to prevent car break-ins, a common issue in the city. However, if you're afraid of geopolitical and regional risk, like getting bombed, can we say bomb on a live stream? I know we can't say it on a plane, right? Because remember in Meet the Parents, it was like, it's not like I said bomb. Like, you can't say bomb. Like, no, I didn't say bomb. I said it's not like I said bomb, but you can't say bomb on a plane. Can I say bomb on a live stream? No. Anyways. Winner, Atlanta. So if you're afraid of geopolitical and regional risks, then you want to be in Atlanta. Bahrain. The U.S. Department of State currently lists Bahrain as a level 2, exercise increased caution, primarily due to terrorism. While actual attacks are rare, terrorist groups have historically plotted attacks in the region, targeting tourist sites, markets, or government facilities. There is also a risk of civil unrest, and demonstrations can occur sometimes turning violent. Atlanta, there is no international travel advisories for Atlanta regarding terrorism or political instability. The primary safety concerns are domestic crime, traffic accidents, rather than and potentially catching an STD. Okay, that happens. I heard that's very popular in Atlanta and Houston, so be careful about that. Cultural and legal safety. Winner, it's a tie. It is a tie. Depends on adaptation. Bahrain safety also involves avoiding legal trouble. Bahrain has strict laws regarding behavior that might be considered minor in Atlanta. Ooh, how about that? Strict drug laws. Zero tolerance policy with severe. So you ain't going to be smoking and drinking and all of that good stuff in Bahrain, you know. There is no puff pass over there. Cultural sensitivities. Public display of affection, dressing immodestly, or photographing certain government buildings can lead to legal issues or disputes. freedom of speech. Criticizing the government or monarchy, including on social media, is a criminal offense. Atlanta, U.S. laws apply, offering broad protection for speech and expression. However, visitors must navigate standard U.S. urban safety precautions, situational awareness, rideshare. So you cannot just get up in somebody's face and say, "See it again, say it again." You ain't see it again though. So the summary comparison table. So you have violent crime rate very, very low in Bahrain. It's moderate to high depending on the neighborhood in Atlanta. Property crime, theft, low, moderate in Atlanta. Terrorism risk, elevated level 2, very, very low for terrorism in Atlanta. Civil unrest risk, occasional protests and demonstrations, very low. Occasional protests, domestic protests. And primal safety tip, avoid protests, respect the local laws. And in Atlanta, lock your car doors, stay in safe zones at night. It's terrible that you need to have a safe zone to live in Atlanta. Anyway, let's go back to the video. Let's go back to see how Michaela is faring in Bahrain.
I got home, I started planning on how I was gonna move. I moved here in December of 2022. Initially, I was on a tourist visa. I initially moved in with my parents. They had a 3-bedroom. I just kind of wanted to test it out, see how I liked it before I got my own spot. And I stayed there maybe 6 months, and then I moved out on my own. First couple of weeks were definitely lonely. Even a lot of the people that I met when I initially visited in 2020, they were gone by the time I moved here in 2022. Bahrain is such a small community and culture. Everyone knows everybody. So you meet one person, they're gonna introduce you to the rest of the island. And I think probably by week 3, I pretty much knew everyone already. So it was really easy to make friends, to get acquainted with the island. Anything that you would hear about the Middle East, especially coming from the US, we have a lot of negative propaganda. I really did have a bunch of preconceived notions. I had no idea what to expect, but it was nothing like what I expected at all. The culture shock was actually that things were better, not worse. It wasn't anything negative. I haven't experienced any xenophobia, any type of racism here. You almost rarely ever see the police. You won't see them pulling people over. You don't see them just patrolling because this is such a safe country. I think I went 6 months before I ever heard a fire truck or an ambulance. You don't see any of that. It's so calm, it's so peaceful. There was never a time where I didn't feel like I fit in or like I was standing out as an expat. Every culture shock was a positive one. Hi everyone, welcome to Bahrain. We are in Manama, but specifically at Leah, and welcome to my home. Let's go inside and take a look. This is the living area of my home. Inside of here, we just do all of our hanging out, playing cards, watching TV. As you can see, I've already decorated for Christmas.
For $2,200?
And then as you go into these double doors, this is where the kitchen is. This is probably my favorite part of the house. I cook quite a bit, so I love having a big, spacious, open kitchen. This is the main bedroom where I sleep. Again, a lot of windows, a lot of natural light, and there's a lot of closet space. That's the main reason why I chose this house. And then also in this corner is my work from home station. So a lot of times I do work from coffee shops just to get different sceneries, but if I want to work at the house, this is kind of where I come to this corner. It keeps me focused. There's no TV in here, no distractions. So this is the pool area, which is nice to have because the temperatures get pretty high here in Bahrain. In the summertime, it's great to be able to come out here, just get away from the sun, relax, and enjoy friends. This is a 3-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom with a laundry room and a private pool, 1-car garage, and it is fully fenced in. I work as a senior performance marketing manager for a B2B SaaS company. A typical day in my life is backwards for most people. Since I do work Eastern Standard Time, usually my day starts around 5, 6 p.m., which is around 9, 10 a.m. Eastern, and I'm wrapping up between midnight and 1 a.m. Basically in my role,
That means she has the entire day to go do whatever. It's like she has the whole day to go do whatever she wants to do.
Car garage, and it is usually my day starts around 5, 6 p.m., which is around 9, 10 a.m. Eastern, and I'm wrapping up between midnight and 1 a.m. Basically in my role, I run and manage and own all of our paid media budget. So that goes from paid search to paid social, display, YouTube ads, etc. They're fully remote. It's an international company. That was my biggest thing when looking for a new role, was finding a place that would let me live anywhere, that would give me the flexibility to work across time zones. During the day, it's me time. I usually take the mornings to go work out, do anything I want to do for myself. People ask me, how do I manage that time difference?
She's got to be making probably at least 150K. I would guess. Like in that type of role, I would guess. Like to be managing those budgets and stuff like that. So that place, I don't know if she owns it or if she pays rent over there, but that's nothing. Like
It's very easy for me. I wouldn't be going to sleep before midnight or 1 a.m. anyway, even if I wasn't working. My annual salary is $140,000 and I am paid in USD.
I was close. I was close. And I wonder if things are cheaper over there. I mean, for that place, for $2,200 for a 3-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom with a pool, it's got to be a lot cheaper to live over there.
So although I live in Bahrain, I still make a U.S. salary and I still pay U.S. taxes as well. Me and my boyfriend do not split everything down the middle at all. He is a true provider male. He pays majority of it. A lot of my paycheck goes to savings between my regular high yield savings account, and then I also opened up an individual Roth IRA. I also have a 401k with my job as well that I have an allotment going to. Healthcare in Bahrain is free if you are a resident. I have health insurance through my job, so even though I'm abroad, I could still bill my insurance and they would reimburse me. I think I probably buy groceries like every 2 to 3 days because there's no preservatives and things like that in the food. Your groceries do go bad a lot faster.
I am in Manama, Bahrain, currently in the Middle East, and I'll add a little map somewhere over here to show y'all exactly where it is. A lot of people have never heard of it before.
Once I moved to Bahrain, that's when I got serious about content creation. I realized that a lot of people never heard of this country. So I just started doing day in the lives. I did a few YouTube videos answering questions. I know the misconceptions that I had, so I can only imagine what other people are thinking and believing about a country like this. Because I love it so much, I hate when people think the bad or think the worst. So I'm like, it is my duty to make sure that Americans know how great this country is. I just started doing like question and answering videos. I did a day in a life, and I started doing like spend a day with me, like how much money would I spend in a day, maintenance videos, things like that. I probably know maybe 6 words in Arabic, which I should know more, but everyone here speaks English. They make them take English from their very first year in school. So even when I first got here and I was trying to immerse myself and learn Arabic, I'm like telling my Bahraini friends, like, teach me Arabic. I would say something to them in Arabic and they would respond to me in English, which doesn't help at all. Maybe that'll be a goal for 2026 to really increase my Arabic skills. I definitely would say that my life is 10 times better here. My happiness has skyrocketed. Even the weather alone has increased my mood because I just like to be at the beach. There's not a lot of chaos. There's not a lot of unknown. There's not a lot of me turning on the news and this is the breaking news of the day. I do plan to buy real estate here. Even if I don't stay here long term, I think it'll always.
So she's renting that place, seems.
Be a great place to have real estate. I think I'll always want to have something here that I can come back to, that I can call my home. Bahrain felt like home from the day I got here. So in order for me to leave, another place would need to do the same.
Well, there you have it. Is Bahrain safer than Atlanta? Or at least gives you the feeling of safer. From what I saw in the video and probably where she goes, it looks great. Being able to work for a US company or maybe international company, but based out of the US, work remotely, US salary of $140,000 a year with 401k, with healthcare and all of that. She's got it good. And she don't pay no bills.
More money, more money, more money.
So, hey, if you can get it, then get it. If you can't get it, then complain on YouTube about it. Anyhow, let's wrap it up for tonight. I'm going to check the chat and then we're going to get up and out of here. Let me see. Rye says, I'm out. Good stream. Also, stay blessed, Rod Brown and the chat. Shout out to Ride. Appreciate you. Junior says, Gemini is sleeping. Gemini's taking a power nap. You know, we're gonna end the show with a power nap. And Junior says, is that a passport, sis? Says, so no passport, sis. Interesting. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You didn't see who the boyfriend was, did you? All right. And Rod Brown says, a lot of red flags here. I didn't see any red flags. All right. I didn't see any red flags. You want to know why I didn't see any red flags, Rod Brown? Because it ain't my life. You remember Master P? It ain't my fault. It ain't my life. I don't care what people do with their lives. I don't care. If she's happy, then I am happy. You know how they say, I love that for you. I love that for her. And she's probably right though. See, if you had said, is it safer than some random super safe city, maybe the Hamptons I think, is that in New York? I don't know, something like that. Is it safer than the Hamptons? You're like, no, it's not safer than the Hamptons. But let's do a little experience real quick, right? Let's do a little experience. Let's see. We do 3-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom, Atlanta home rent, right? If we look for a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, say Trulia, you got this house right here. What the? You got this house right here, right? In Atlanta. The inside looks pretty nice, I must say. But the outside? That? For $2,700 per month. I don't even know what the quality of the neighborhood is. Let's see. Does it tell you? Right? So she got her place, 3-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom, a pool, all fenced in, washer, dryer, and all that type of stuff. Compared to Atlanta, she's probably 100% right compared to Atlanta, right? Let's see. Junior says, I saw somebody's hand in the couch in one clip. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I wasn't paying attention too closely. Anyways, that's it, y'all. That is it for tonight. Did you guys have a good time? Did you have a good? I had a ball. I had a grand old time. But time has come to an end. It's come to an end. Reminder, tomorrow, we are going to have the Bug Bite. We're going to be talking about UMG, Universal Music Group. They are suing Anthropic. They're suing Anthropic for copyright, of course, for brazen copyright infringement. We'll be there noon Eastern time. Come join us as we review what the hell happened, why UMG is suing another AI company. We're going to be going live in the Patreon, Vibe Code and Chill on Google Meet. Come hang out with us. Come discuss. Let's talk about it. Let's learn. Let's win together. Let's win together. All right. But that's it. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, notification bell, techcotrap.dev. Join today. Let's work together. The Vibe Code and Chills are free, so join in and let's have some fun. But that is it for tonight. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Reminder, stay classy. Stay classy, USA. Techcotrap, we are out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up. Spartans! What is your profession?
They think the machine never break. Sometimes the battery hit red. I ain't stopping, I'm just rebooting. Why the bounce back? Go! Eyes heavy like I'm lifting weight with my eyelid. Brain foggy, feeling like I'm stranded on an island. Coffee pot empty and the energy is silent. Fighting with the demons in my head, getting violent. Staring at the screen, but the progress isn't moving. Spinning on the wheels, tell me what am I proving? Body aching, back breaking, losing all the grooving. Every single step feels like I'm just losing. Working 24, but the needle barely nudging. Feel like I'm a hammer, but the wall isn't budging. Burning creepy, yeah, the shadow is a trudging. Doubters on the sideline, yeah, they always judging. Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the hypertension? Did I make the turn? Did I lose the dimension? Need a little break, need a little intervention. Before I crash out and I lose the retention. When I'm feeling fried, sucker to your sizzling. Vision getting blurry and the rain start drizzling. Muscle feeling heavy, motor vision and fizzling. Waiting for the steak, but I don't hear the sizzling. But I can't quit, now I can't go to flag. Even when I'm dragging and I'm feeling like a rag. Got too many gold packed inside the bag. Gotta push through even when I hit the lag. Just need a minute, just need to close the blinds. Disconnect the server, disconnect the lines. Lay the head down, let the body unwind. So I can wake up and get back on the grind. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Hold the high for a second, shut the world out. Wake up a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My job is to bag. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. They sit in the stands with a popcorn ready. Praying at my knees, but hoping I ain't steady. Wanna see the downfall, wanna see it messy. Wanna see me crash like a stolen Chevy. I see the side eyes, hear the whispers in the dark. Waiting for the flame to extinguish the spark. They wanna see the dog loot a bite in the bark. But I'm a gray white swimming like a shark. If I quit now, man, they win the whole game. If I slow down, they gon' tarnish the name. Gotta feed the fire, gotta feed the flame. Satisfaction that they seek is a damn shame. I ain't gon' give it to them, never gon' fold. Story of my failure is a story never told. My desire to win is worth my goal. Bigger than the hate that they tryna hold. So I take a risk, yeah, I hit the pillow hard. Reboot the system, put the ace in front of car. Keep the haters locked out, standing in the yard. While I recharge the battery and lower down the guard. Just for an hour, let the new runs reset. Wake up cleaner than I ever been yet. Ready for the war, ready for the threat. Gonna make them pay every single little debt. They want me to crumble, they want me to crack. But I bounce back like a rubber on the track. Sleep is the weapon, get the mind intact. Then I hit the gas, never looking back. I'm burned out, but I ain't bowed out. No, just need a nap, then I'm back on the route. Close the eyes for a second, show the world out. Wake up, a beat, scream and shout. I can let them see me lose, I can give them that. They waiting on the crumble, waiting on the splat. My drive is too big, yeah, I'm taking it back. Just a power nap, then I'm back on attack. Okay, I'm up now, wipe the crust eye. Looking in the mirror, no more disguise. Demon on my shoulder, yeah, he finally died. Energy is peaking, reaching for the sky. Thought I was dumb and you must be crazy. Thought I burned out meant that I was getting lazy. Vision was blurry, now it ain't hazy. Pushing up Daisy, now I'm pushing Mercedes. Word didn't change, but the mind stay with flip. Got a new Mac and I put in a clip. Haters looking sick, yeah, they starting to trip. Watching me and sin while they sinking in the ship. Progress was slow, now I'm moving like speed. Planting whole force when I planted the seed. Satisfy the want, satisfy the need. Made the competition turn around and bleed. I do it for the win, I don't do it for the likes. Coming up the mountain while you riding on trikes. Heading for the top, yeah, I'm planning the strikes. Running up the score, yeah, I'm racking up strikes. Drowning the engine, failure not an option. Turning every obstacle into adoption of a new method. Yeah, I'm swapping and I'm copying. Only thinking these are records that I'm popping. Burnout was a lie, it was just a little test. Put a head down, got a little bit of rest. Now I'm back stronger, pounding on the chest. Put me to the trial and I asked the question. Yeah, I'm wide awake now. You shouldn't have blinked.